During the first weeks of the American History and Culture class, we explore race as a social issue since early years. Race categorizes people into distinct groups by ethnic, cultural, and generic traits. Racism implies that a specific race is superior or inferior to another race. Racism is a huge part of American history, and today it is still strong in American society. In the primary source, Who is the Nigger? James Baldwin explores the connotation of the N-word. Baldwin, who is an African American, states that he is not the nigger, and he implies that the white people are the real niggers, because they invented these terms driven by fear of losing the white superior status. As per Baldwin, white people has to call African Americans the N-word because of their own insecurities. Currently, this word is one of the most racist and inhuman terms one can use against the African American. Baldwin's statement confirms the concept of whiteness, and I will describe it through the secondary source that I chose. Racism against African Americans began more than 150 years ago. In the 1700s, slavery was permanent, and African Americans have no right to freedom. Racism was unspeakable brutal at this time. Slaves were treated like animals and suffered the most horrible tortures and humiliation. African Americans were considered inferior than whites. In the secondary source, in the website pauahtun.org, Audrey Thompson explores the concept of whiteness. Whiteness theory treats whiteness not as a biological category, but as a social construction. Moreover, she said, conceived of as legal or cultural property, whiteness can be seen to provide material and symbolic privilege to whites, those passing as whites, and sometimes honorary whites. Examples of material privilege would include better access to higher education or a choice of safe neighborhoods in which to live. Symbolic white privilege include conceptions of beauty or intelligence that not only are tied to whiteness, but that implicitly excludes blackness or brownness. Besides African Americans, immigrants also were target for racism while immigrating to the United States. As it was seen in the image Uncle Sam's Lodging House, which pictured the racism suffered by the Irish immigrants. The website liberalamerica.org explores 22 pictures that shows racism throughout American history. It explores not only slavery but the discrimination suffered by immigrants in the United States. In these pictures, a family of Japanese origin returning to their home after World War II in 1945. We can see that their house has been trashed by racism. The next picture that caught my attention is the African American children looking over a white-only playground in Alabama in 1956. Next picture that shows extremely racist is the slave children in the plantation, which shows that slavery has no age. Children and elderly also were abused and tortured. This one, jobs keep moving. This is a white man's neighborhood. What a racism. The website DoSomething.org also explores the term whiteness. When Europeans began colonizing Africa and the Americas, the white settlers adopted the idea that they were superior to the other race they encountered, and it was their job to civilize the savages. This false notion became known as the white man's burden. and was used to justify the Europeans taking land and enslaving people. In this way, naturally occurring racial difference become the basis for systems of exploitation and discrimination. In conclusion, racism has been part of American history and culture since the early years. Currently, United States is a melting pot, and racism of any form should not be accepted.